actually what I want. And if you hear yelling in the background, that's just my 3-year-old kid being human, I guess you want to say. So that's that, right? Well, I also wanted to talk about something that's been kind of bugging me for a while. Like, I've been going through some mental crap lately, and it's kind of hard to understand. So, I started something called shadow working. And you may be wondering, what the hell is shadow working? Shadow working is when you are pretty much your own psychiatrist. Instead of going to a psychiatrist and paying the money, you ask yourself the hard questions and then you answer the questions yourself, regardless of how hard it may be. So, shadow working is literally opening up old memories that you kept locked up, memories that you repressed because they hurt too much, and or memories that you just don't want to think about because of the trauma that you went through with those memories. Shadow work makes you face them, and then instead of running from them, they make you face it and then punch them in the face. Pretty much. You're punching your memories in the face and saying, okay, fine, I'll deal with you. I'll find a way to deal with you and make you better. So it's kind of like your demons that you locked in a chest a long time ago. What happens is, have you ever wondered why you keep ending up with fuck boys or fuck girls? Why do you keep ending up with these people always ended up attracting negative and shitty people in your life? Well, it could be because the demons of your past are seeping through the cracks of your chest. And you think you locked that chest up really good, but you didn't. It's not a foolproof chest. The demons are sticking their fingers out and pointing and whispering to you, and you think they're whispering to you to harm you and to hurt you, but in reality, what they're trying to do is get you to talk to them and try to mend that chest and make it something that's not going to be scary to look at. A perfect example for me is, why is it that I don't feel comfortable in church? I I don't like going to church, and that's one of the questions I ask myself. Why is it that I don't feel comfortable in church? I've never felt comfortable, even from when I was a kid. I'm 27 now. I started going to church when I think I was 10, maybe younger than that, I'm not sure. And I never felt comfortable in church. Never got the Holy Spirit, never spoke in tongue, never understood why all the adults were crying. It was pretty much, I would look at one of, like, they start speaking in tongue, and I look at them like they were crazy. Because, my face, I wear my emotions on my face. So there's something wrong. You can tell there's something wrong with me. I wear it on my face. Don't, I don't change it. You know, I don't, I don't change anything. So you can tell if there's something wrong. So the question that I ask, I'm talking about shadow work. So with shadow work, it makes you answer the question, and then it makes you dig deep into your emotions, your feelings, your memories, all the memories that you repressed back in the day, all the memories that you were trying so hard to lock up. They Shadow work makes you open that chest up and look into those memories of trauma. So when I ask the question, why do I not feel comfortable in church? I realized the reason I went to church when I was a kid wasn't because I wanted to get close to God, and it wasn't even because I cared about the fact that Jesus was sacrificed for our sins. It was literally because I wanted to get the hell away from my family. That's literally all it was. Church was an outlet for me to get out of the house. And the way my church would teach us, the churches that I went to that taught us, it was, the way they taught was, believe in God or burn in hell. There was no in between. You believe in God or you burn in hell. And that's how I was taught to believe in God, which does not fear. Trying to scare me into something does not work. I go into fight or flight mode. So if you're trying to scare me into believing in your God, you gotta do better than fear. You have to show me something else, because fear is not what I react. I don't react normally to fear. Like most people, when they're scared, they either they run or fight. I don't know my reaction, but I know I don't know why, but for me, it's If someone steps in my face, I don't step back. I step up into them. Because the idea is, if you're gonna hit, hit. Damn it. So imagine telling me, someone who's in a fight mode, that if you don't believe in God, you're gonna burn in hell. Well, fuck you too, bitch. Bring it. That's immediately my mindset. It's not, oh, fear. Oh no, let me believe. It's, okay, throw them hands in. Since you about to try to fight me, go ahead. Which is not good. That's not a good way to go about things at all. But hey, that's just who I am. So I think the other thing that also bothered me about church was I had bad experiences in church. I never felt comfortable, even though technically in a couple of churches I went to, they tried, but I never felt comfortable in it simply because I never spoke in tongue. I never got the Holy Spirit. I never got the urge to jump around and sing, and I never got any of those sensations when I was in church. What I noticed though, when I stepped away from the church, is when I'm not in church praying, my prayers manifest better when I pray alone. I have an altar set up where I pray to him like that. That's where I noticed that my manifestations are coming full circle. When I was in church and I felt restricted, I felt that there was only one way to praise God, and that way that they tried to teach didn't resonate with me because that's not how I learn. I don't like being surrounded by a bunch of people. I don't like being surrounded by a bunch of people who are screaming and yelling and shouting. That irks me, that annoys me, that scares me because I'm paranoid. Okay? Active shooters exist regardless if you like it or not. So for me, I had to step back and I had to look back at why I didn't like going to church, and it's simply because I didn't go to church for the right reasons. I went to church to get away from home, not to believe in God or to talk to God. Two, my bad experiences. One experience was the pastor. This church was right across the street from me. I mean, you could throw a stone at the church from where I'm at, right? And I went to that church to get away from home. It wasn't every Sunday I go to the church and to just get the hell out of the house because I was stuck in the house. I couldn't go anywhere without permission. Me being a female, they restricted everything I did because my body parts developed faster than normal girls. So I looked like an adult when I was actually only 14 or 13. Went to this church, and the pastor, mind you, I hadn't even been going to this church for a month. But for some reason, the pastor really wanted me to sit in the chair. That at the end of the service, what they would do was put a chair up there. And then, when they put the chair up there, they have you sit, and then you give your life to God. That you're telling them, telling everyone in the congregation, I'm giving my life to God. That's me. I'm doing it. I'm giving my life to God. I'm a private person. So for you to tell me to give my life to God in front of everyone only filled me with anxiety, not security. So he did it 3 times where he tried to get me to go up there, or he'll be like, make sure you go up there next Sunday, and I didn't do it because something didn't feel right for me to do it. The last time, like the 3rd time he said it, I remember I was walking up to the door. He shook my hand and looked me dead in the eye and said, I'm very disappointed in you. All because I wanted to give my life to him differently. All because I wanted to do it privately because it's too many people watching. It's not anyone's, in my opinion, it's no one's business if I give my life to God. It's my personal belief. Why do I need to do that in front of a bunch of people? So I stopped going to that church. I went to my mom. I was like, I don't like him. I don't like the pastor. My mom was like, why? He got mad because I didn't worship God the way he wanted me to. And she said, okay. Another thing I noticed with when I started shadow working, another question that popped into my head was, why is it that you always feel the need to help people? And once again, it fell into my Christianity. It was like I was told that if I didn't help, the Christian thing to do would be to help people. And that's what I took from it. That's the Christian thing to do. If you don't do the Christian thing, you're going to burn in hell for it. And I didn't want to burn in hell. I can't fight the pastor. I couldn't fight anybody to keep me from going to hell. So I was like, fine, I'll be nice. I'll do everything. I believe in karma. I believe in if you do something good, it'll come back to you. Well, I feel like that was a load of shit. What me and my husband both noticed was every time we put our neck out for someone, especially when it came out to money, it always burned us again. I mean, it burned us so bad to the point where we were going into debt. Here's one of the stories I tell people whenever they ask us, whenever it comes up. This is one of the stories I like to tell people. Two friends we had known for years, had came down to visit us on our anniversary as a gift because they knew we would love to see them again. Well, we somehow, one way or another, was like, you know what, why don't you guys come live with us? You're best of friends. You'll come live with us for free. You'll find a job here in Georgia somewhere, and you guys can get on your feet instead of living with, your grandma. Because the story that they were telling us was, they were slave drivers. The grandma was a slave driver. She made them clean. She made them cook. She made them do everything for her, and they got nothing back in return. It was like we were dealing with 30-something-year-old children, and all the red flags are up. All the red flags are there, telling us no, don't do it. From when they refused to leave their animals, even after we told them that if we are renting this house, you cannot bring any extra animal into this house. If they come through and do a service on our house, if they come through and do their annual inspection, we could get fined for your 2 cats and 1 snake. Oh, I'm not leaving my cats behind. I'm not leaving my snakes behind. I need to bring them. Okay, we caved in on that and let them bring them. Luckily, they didn't come until after they had moved out, which was like a year later. Then it was after they at one point in time, their car broke down. Like it obliterated. Everything went bad. They could not use the car anymore. Well, we found out their credit was shitty. Like shitty. They couldn't even pull out a credit card. Not even a $500 credit card. If it existed, they wouldn't be able to pull it out. So me and my husband put our names on the loan for $5,000 to help them get a car, a truck, not a normal car, but a truck, mind you, that was a dream truck. It wasn't. I told them, get the vehicle that'll get you from A to Z. Do not be getting no dream vehicle. We don't need that right now. You need a vehicle that'll get you from A to Z. She said, we're getting that dream truck. We need that. It'll get us to A to Z. No problem. Get to the damn dealership. Mind you, I'm pregnant now. This is when I'm pregnant with Phoenix. I'm 7 or 8 months pregnant with Phoenix. We drive 8 hours to Florida. From Georgia to Florida. 8 hours to this car lot, this lemon lot. We get to the lemon lot. I'm already tired. I don't even want to look at anything. I'm 7 months pregnant. I'm hungry, and I have to use the bathroom. Tell me why we get there, and the check engine light is on the truck. You know what he does? You know what they do? They still buy the truck because he turned the light off. Now, any mechanic knows that half the damn time when the light goes, when you have to turn the light off, you didn't really fix the problem. It's gonna come back again. It's just you turn that light off and you shut off the problem for a little bit. And that's what happened. So that engine check light that came on was literally telling her, your engine's gonna blow up. Good luck. God bless. Guess what it did? It blew up 6 months later. $5,000 gone. Right? And the agreement was, if we give you $5,000, you're gonna pay the loan back. You're gonna pay the loan yourselves. We're gonna put our trust in you to pay this loan. Well, 6 months later, the truck fails. We give them our truck, our F-150 to ride. We tell them, take care of the truck. Do they take care of the truck? No. Why? Reasons. They couldn't get to it. They didn't have time. We didn't know where to drop the oil at. You know what broke our relationship? Like, broke the friendship? Not the fact that, $5,000 got taken out and was used on a useless ass truck. It was the wife of the two friends that we were helping was trying to go to Jacksonville, Florida to go see a friend of hers that she had known for years. Honestly, I think it was a booty call because she didn't even want to take her husband. She straight up said, "I'm not. I was gonna go with or without my husband." I asked, "How the hell were you gonna get there?" "Oh, I was gonna take the truck." "You mean the very same truck that you didn't take care of? The very same truck with the tire going down? The very same damn truck that cost us $1,500 to service because they fucked up the truck that badly? That same damn truck, without asking us if it was okay?" Now, mind you, I'm asking these questions. My husband's on the phone with her, and I'm the one asking the questions. Well, apparently, those questions were so hard to answer that she had a mental breakdown. Even sent me a text talking about she was about to commit suicide. But if it wasn't for me in Phoenix, this would never happen. She would have committed suicide. Now, mind you, looking back at it, I wouldn't give a damn. I really wouldn't, because she was manipulative. She would do anything and say anything to get what she wanted, and didn't care how bad it hurt or how it would mess us up in the end, because she turned her husband's whole damn family against us. Like, I mean, turning them against us to the point where they accused us for her mental breakdown, saying that if we had been better friends, this situation would have happened. Mind you, we let them stay with us for free for damn near 2 years. All we asked was they kept their area clean and they find a damn job. Mind you, we put out $5,000 for them to use to buy a shitty ass truck that broke down 6 months later. But we were the shitty people. We were the bad people. We were the ones that caused her to have a mental breakdown because we told her, no, you can't take a truck that can't even keep air in a tire. But we're the bad people. Okay, cool. Whole family didn't even ask us our side of the story. They just took hers and ran with it. The very same goddamn family that we sat there with and talked to and laughed and played goddamn Cards Against Humanity against. Come to find out, when they went back in that goddamn room, she was telling them all this negative ass shit about us, and they weren't even saying anything, not even cluing into it. But they had the nerve to say we were the shitty people. Got you. Fantastic. I told Carl they were both dead to me. Them, that whole fucking bloodline, was dead to me. They caused so much mental fuck up in my head to the point where I was literally wondering, am I a shitty person? You know, what did I do wrong in the situation for it to turn around the way that it did? You know, why is it that every time we tried to do something, it backfired on us? It didn't even help that after they left and went back home, guess what happened with the loan? That's right, it fell back on us. We ended up, they stopped paying the fucking loan, right? They stopped paying the fucking loan and didn't tell us until after they left, so we couldn't get our hands on them. Trying to say that, well, it was between food and paying the bill. So, you ain't got no damn kids. We have a kid now. Us having to pay this damn bill, money that should have went to Phoenix was now going to a bill for money we didn't even get to spend. And the whole fucking time I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the hell did I do wrong? I did the Christian thing. So why did we get fucked over like this? And then that's when that answer bitch slapped me in the face. Because you're not doing it for the right reasons. You're doing it because you want to make sure you go to heaven. You should be doing it because you just want to. That's why everything kept fucking flying back in our face. You were literally, because you didn't go to church because you wanted to. You went to church because you were trying to escape the household where negativity could suffocate you at any moment. You weren't doing it for good reasons. You wanted someone to say, wow, you're a good person. You're a great person. But instead, when we tell people the story, we get looked as like, you better than me. Damn, y'all stupid as hell. That was stupid. We're not getting that recognition that we thought we would get. And that's simply because we're not doing it for the right reasons. Which is what I learned from doing this. Which is what I learned from doing shadow work. You have, I'm, even with some of the some of my darker issues that I deal with. Like when I was younger, I was molested. For 3 years, I had been molested. And the last year, I screamed, which made him run out the room. Right? And I asked myself, why am I remembering this? Why I should be healed from this? Why is this something that I keep remembering? Because this is a trauma that keeps etching out of the chest that I locked it in. This is a trauma that keeps showing itself on everyday choices that I make. When I was younger and I was trying to date dudes, I always attracted fuck boys. It was always fuck boys. They either were just trying to fuck, or they wanted to be a sugar mom. They wanted me to be their sugar baby. They weren't trying to start a relationship or a family. They were literally just trying to fuck. And I asked myself, what the fuck am I doing to attract these dudes? And then I realized, because you're hiding, you're still trying to pack away this trauma of being molested when you were younger. The whole me needing recognition for when I do good things, me needing someone to say, oh, you did a good thing, girl, that's not your fault, you did a good thing, you're a God-fearing woman, I can feel it. That's from the molestation I went through. That's from the fact that I never went to church because I wanted to, but because I had to. So the story of my molestation is this, right? It started when I was 10, ended when I was 13. It started around the time because I believe that he had gotten into an argument with his mother, who was my mom's girlfriend. He was a 30-something-year-old man living with his mom's girlfriend, and his mom's girlfriend's daughter. So I'm going to call her pseudo-mom and bio-mom. Pseudo-mom loved her son because he was the last one. She had 3. 2 of them died. He was the very last one. So she cherished him more because he was the last one to survive out of everything. Well, his stress relief, whenever those two got into an argument, because he only did it after they got into an argument, was to come into my room and molest me. That was his stress relief. That's how he felt better afterward. On the third year of the molestation, I remember he touched my leg, and I said, I am done. And I screamed. Now, pseudo-mom and bio-mom were very heavy sleepers, but he didn't know that, so when I screamed, he ran right out the room. Now, mind you, they ain't nowhere to go, except we're on the 3rd floor patio, so the only way out is jumping out of the patio door, and I don't think he wanted to do that, so he ended up sitting on the patio, trying to pretend like he never even knew I existed. It took me, I think, 20 minutes to gather the courage to get out of my bed and go tell my mom, somebody was touching me. Now, mind you, I never told them who did it, but they knew who it was. They knew it was the son. But because I never spoke up, because I never said, this is him, he's been doing it for this long, they never did anything about it. So what they did do, right? This is how I knew that they knew it was him. But they didn't want to accuse him of it because it was my word against his. Was they let me lock my door, my bedroom door, and then put a chair underneath it. So everywhere we moved, if I got my own room, I was allowed to lock my door and then put a chair underneath the doorknob so no one could get in. That was their way of solving the molestation problem. Of somebody touching me in my sleep. That was their way of solving the problem. I I remember one day, bio, bio mom and pseudo mom. Pseudo mom had asked me to clean something. She was already in a crappy mood, and I remember I got my ass beat over mismatched socks. Right? Something about mismatched socks. I couldn't find the matching socks. She got so pissed at me that she beat me in front of him over. She beat me for everything that I started with. Everything that pissed her off, she beat me for. That was her stress relief, beating me. And I remember son is sitting there watching. Oh, beat her for accusing me for touching her. Now, if I remember correctly, I never accused him. I just said somebody's touching me. And you know what she did? She beat me for it. Because I accused her one and only son of something that she knew he's gotten in trouble for before. She knew he did it. But that was her only son. That was her last kid. She cherished him more than me. And when I tell you I tried my damnedest to get her to love me as much as she loved him, I did. When she said jump, I jumped. When she said feed me, I fed her. When she said bathe me, I bathed her. When she said wipe me, I wiped her. And the only thing that I got out of it was, you're just a help. You're just a help. That's all you are to me at the moment. It's just a help. The only time I was smart, the only time I was beautiful, the only time I was considered worthy of being considered her blood, because let me tell you, when her daughter was alive and well, she looked me dead in the eye and said, you're not blood. They will remind me constantly, you're not blood. Mind you, I'm a kid trying to fit into a family that I don't really know. A family, mind you, that's willing to ignore the fact that someone in there is a molester. But I was still trying to join because I had nothing else to go to. Looked me in the eye and said, you're not blood to us. You're nothing to us. The only time she would consider me blood was when I had money in my pocket. That was it. That was the only time I was baby or sugar lumps or sugarfoot, when I had money in my pocket and she knew about it. It took, I think what I hate the most, I think what my trauma hates the most is the fact I never told them that it was him. They're all dead now. All three of them are gone. They're all gone and dead. So I fucked up. I have no way of going back and saying he did this to me. I have no way of confronting him now, because my way of dealing with it was getting as far away as possible from it. And now it's too late to even confront anyone about it. And does that eat me up inside? Oh yeah, it does. Because I kept it locked up. I noticed that it was starting to seep through when my husband would ask me, when we started dating, my husband would ask me, why do you sleep with clothes on? Why don't you sleep naked with me? Oh, because, I'm comfortable. I like sleeping with clothes. Or, I don't want to have to find a shirt when I have to go get feelings. No. It's because when I was being molested, I assumed that if I wore enough clothing, especially jeans, like at one point I wore jeans to bed. I would wear jeans to bed. I'd wear clothes. I'd wear a bra, jeans, shirt. I wear my school clothes. So that way when I woke up, I can brush my teeth, do my hair, and go. It was also because I thought that if I wore clothes, this would deter him from coming in the room and bothering me. I thought if he had to take off my clothes or had to fight with jeans, or if I played dead, he'd leave me alone. But he didn't. He found a way to get to my pussy every single time. And I sat there, and I laid there, scared, because I didn't know what to do. Because this was pseudo-mom's one and only kid, and she would not be able to mentally handle losing her third and last child. There's no way I could tell her that her third and last child was a child molester molesting me. There was no way. I loved her too much. I didn't want to hurt her. So I suffered through it. I suffered through all of it for 3 years. And I wore my clothes, and I remember I woke up crying one day, and I just started crying, and I wouldn't stop. And I know my eyes were red. My mom walked in, she looked at me, she said, "What's wrong with you?" Nothing. And she left it at, okay, and then walked out. That's it. She just walked out. She didn't drill me harder on it. She didn't try to find out why I was crying. Nothing. Just walked out. A lot of my trauma is from when I am emotionless. Sometimes people look at me and say, you just seem really nonchalant, like you don't care about the situation. Certain situations should piss you the hell off, and they don't do that. Why are you always so calm? Well, growing up, if you showed too much, if you cried, you got mocked about it. Because pseudo mom saw it as almost like a game. She made me cry, 5 points. She enjoyed making me hurt. She enjoyed calling me stupid, fat, dumb, useless. Saying things like, I hate you. I hate the Dixons. Dixons think they're better than everyone. The mental fuckery that she would do stayed with me. So when people call me dumb or dumb blonde, that actually pissed me the fuck off, because why the fuck are you calling me dumb or dumb blonde just because I don't know something? I don't know something. That's normal for me. And I know some people did it out of a joke, but for me, that hit me hard in the chest because it reminded me of Big Cheryl. It reminded me of her. And it just, the shadow work does that to you. It makes you open up. It makes you open that chest that you had closed and forces you to look your demons in the eye and talk to them. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be something that you're going to walk out unscathed and unbeaten and uncut from. You're going to walk out cut up, beat up, fucked up. There are going to be days where this shit's going to hit you so damn hard, it's going to affect you for a couple of days afterward, until you find something that you can do to heal from it, to help you heal a little bit faster. For me, it's sewing. For me, it's watching YouTube videos. It's sewing, watching YouTube videos. Sometimes it's even just getting away from the house and just chilling for a little bit. Going to the mall. That's what I do to lift myself back up again after going through an intense shadow work session. Because my shadow work session consists of me writing it all down. But I have a problem with writing everything down. It's easier to speak it. Because I feel like if I speak it into the universe, it's the universe's problem now, not mine. That's how I feel. Being mentally fucked in the head does that to you, man. Sorry. Being molested for 3 years and keeping that shit to yourself until you got older to talk about it to people. And I thought, well, if I tell people, I should be fine. But I'm not. I'm just telling people. I'm not dealing with the problem. I'm just talking out loud. So, all my insecurities, the reason it took so damn well for me to pretty much grab my balls and start learning how to sew professionally was because I was scared. I got so used to being told, no, you can't do it. It's not possible. You're too stupid. You're too slow. You don't have any talent. You're too fat. You're too anything. You're not capable of doing it. Mind you, Pseudomon was just as fat. Pseudomon was fatter than me. She was in the 300s, but she loved to call me fat. Which is why I don't like taking pictures. Which is why I don't smile. Because smiling, if I smiled for no damn reason, it was, what you smiling about? What the fuck you smiling about? Stop smiling. There ain't shit to be smiling about. When I was younger, I'd read encyclopedias. Why are you trying to be grown? Fuck you reading an encyclopedia for? Why are you trying to be grown? For school, we had the freaking national event, or we had to read a newspaper and then write a paragraph about what you read. I told them that. I was like, hey, I need to read the newspaper. Why? You trying to be grown? Anytime that I tried to do anything, and I mean anything, that helped my education, she would try to crush it. She wanted to hold me back a grade so fucking bad, to the point where she was actually willing to let me, so one day we moved, and I was trying to figure out, why the hell is it taking so long for me to get back into school? So one day I asked my mom, Why am I not in school yet? Mind you, I should be, I believe, a 10th grader at this point. I haven't even finished ninth grade yet. Why am I not in school yet? Pseudo mom looks at bio mom and is like, you should tell her. She deserved to know. Oh, I wanted to wait. Mom is like, oh, I wanted to wait until, I was ready. She felt comfortable telling me. So pretty much it was, because it's so late in the school year, the school didn't think that I would pass the final exams. I told my mom, let me try. If I fail, then it's because I failed. Not because you didn't believe in me. Not because you didn't think it was possible. Well, guess the fuck what? I passed every goddamn exam. I got to school on the day final exams started. Spanish, math, science, writing, reading. I passed all of them. Why? Because the information was still fresh in my head. You see, pseudo mom thought I was stupid. Pseudo mom, when I took pre-algebra, I took pre-med in middle school. Pseudo mom and her son tried to convince my mom that, oh, that means she's retarded. That means she's in so slow classes. Well, one day, I get to school. I was told when you get to school, you have to call me and let me know you made it to school. Because once again, I looked like a grown woman at the age of 14 and 15, so my mom was worried. The lady at the desk looked at me and said, hold on. You have one of the highest GPAs in the school. You can't afford to keep being late to class. She gets on the phone with my mom and tells her this. I get home. Pseudo mom and son won't even look at me, won't talk to me, won't apologize for trying to convince my mom that I was in retard classes, so to speak. Yeah. When I went into the military, I didn't go because I wanted to go. I went to get away from my family. Plain and simple. This is what shadow work does. It makes you, once you open one chest, another one just keeps opening and opening and opening. You get deeper and deeper into it. All of it just keeps flooding out. This is all the information, all the repressed memories I had. I'm just flooding out. The reason I joined the army wasn't because I wanted to serve the country. It was because my godmom told me, you follow orders really well. You should join the military. It'll be easy for you. Which explains why I never fought hard to become an NCO, why I never wanted to go into officer, why I never wanted to be in a leadership position. I was so comfortable with following orders that when someone tried to give me the task of becoming an NCO, I would back away from it because I didn't want to lead. I'm not a leader. I was a follower. Give me an order and I'll do the order. But don't ask me to lead. That's out the question. I can't do that. I don't know what to do with that. I got out after 5 years because my weight was my problem. Even when I finally decided, you know what, I want to be an NCO, it was too late. My weight, the stress, the constant fuckery that we had to go through, I couldn't lose weight. Like, I'm just now starting to lose inches. And it's been 3 years after I had my daughter that I'm just now starting to lose inches off my stomach. I lost 7.5 inches. And it took me 2 weeks to do that. Something that should have took me, that, because of the fact that postpartum depression bitch slapped me in the face so damn hard, I had a goal to lose all the weight in a year. I went from 217 all the way up to almost damn near 300 pounds after I gave birth. I was almost 300 pounds. I am now down to 216. I am still not at the weight I was before I got pregnant. Now imagine me trying to do this while still in the army, trying to meet the standards that they have, trying to take care of a child, trying to figure out who the fuck I am, trying to figure out everything, how to be an adult. Imagine trying to do that. Trying to lose weight. It wasn't going to happen. So I got out. There's no way in hell it was going to happen. But, with shadow working, I've been able to open up all the chests that I locked up and pushed in the back of my mind. because I force myself to ask the really hard questions on why I do the things that I do. Why do I try to help people even when the red flags are hitting me in the face? Because I was told that if you don't do the Christian thing, you'll burn in hell for it. And of course, because I'm not doing it for the right reasons, they always backfire on us every single time. And it took me years to figure that out. The reason why I have to sleep with clothes on. He's my freaking husband. I should be able to sleep naked next to him. But because I was molested, because I went through that trauma, and then I tried to hide it behind a chest, inside a chest, and then tried to hide that chest in the darkest room of my mind, it stopped me from doing certain things that I should be able to do with my own goddamn husband. Just because I don't think about it doesn't mean it's not there. Just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. It's still going to affect me. But it won't affect me to the point where I'm afraid to sleep naked with my husband. It's not going to affect me anymore to the point where I'm helping random people for no goddamn reason other than, well, this is the Christian thing to do. No more. The Belden household is closed for business when it comes up to negative energies and helping people who we know for a fact we shouldn't help. Like I said, I have an altar now that I set up, that I pray to, God to. You know, I don't go to church anymore because I don't feel comfortable in church. It's not the way to teach me about God. It's not a good way to teach me about Jesus. I am too nosy, I guess you can say, because I read the Bible and then I'll ask this question. Like, my biggest thing is, if God didn't want Eve and Adam to eat from the tree of knowledge, why the fuck would he put it in there in the first place? I know it's just a lesson that we should learn, that it's a lesson that we gotta learn from it, but the answer that popped into my head was that, free will. Free will, I guess? I don't know. I don't trust other people's understanding of the Bible because everyone understands the Bible differently. Which is another reason why I don't like going to church. I don't want to have to go to church to have the pastor understanding of the Bible. I want my own understanding of the Bible. Because in church, they stop you at a certain point, and then they move from that point. Half the damn time, I've read past the damn verse that he's reading, and the verse underneath it does not match what he's talking about. In fact, it actually contradicts it. So I'm like, so why aren't we going over this verse right here? Why don't you talk about that? I know you had a class that you were teaching us, but I feel like this should have been talked about too. But they don't, it's their idea. I feel like some pastors, they don't know how to teach. They only know how to preach. And I feel there's a difference between that. Preaching is just, to me, it's just literally just you praising God. No matter what, you're just praising Him. Teach me everything in the Bible, not just small sections of it. Everything you explain to you. Teaching to me is you taking a verse out of a story and then you're explaining it. And then even though the verse after it doesn't match with what you're trying to talk about, you still try to explain it anyway. I have yet to deal with an energy like that where I felt comfortable to sit in the church and let the pastor teach me about the Bible. There's just some things I will never agree with that happen in the Bible. I think that's for everyone's mindset. I mean, half the damn time, my anxiety and my worry and my fear is because I'm thinking I'm not doing the Christian thing, when in reality, I shouldn't have done it in the first goddamn place. Why am I doing it? Why am I sitting here praying with a bunch of people I don't know? I don't talk to them. Oh, you're just going to church to praise God. I can do that at home. Why am I wasting gas to come into a building to pray? I can do that crap at home. That's not how I feel comfortable. That's not how I feel loved. That's not how I feel like I'm learning anything. I don't like being surrounded by people who at any moment can jump into the Holy Spirit and start speaking in tongues. Yet here I am sitting here trying to figure out why the hell she crying. All he said was he sacrificed his only son. Yeah, but didn't he wake up 3 days later? That's literally what popped into my head when I was a kid. Like, wait, didn't he wake up 3 days later though? Like, I'm confused. Why are we crying? He's alive. And he coming back. So, what's the problem? I don't know why we crying. But that was my mindset. I didn't go to church to believe in God. I went to church to get away from the toxicness that was my home. I got tired of being treated like, I was treated like a maid, a nurse. I took care of 2 grown-ass people, which is why I never went into the medical field, because technically, I don't want to take care of any more people. I don't want to take care of people. I'm tired of taking care of people in the way that I took care of pseudo and bio. Pseudo and bio, I wiped them, I bathed them. When bio mom got sick, I was there to take care of her, because she would get sores under her arm that would leak green mucus. I was there to change out the medical padding. I was there to make sure she took her medication. I made sure I knew more about pseudo mom's medication than she did. I took pseudo mom to her doctor. I made sure she got to her doctor's appointment. I would miss school to take her to her doctor's appointment. And when the doctor asked her a question, he stopped asking her questions and would look at me and say, okay, what medication is she taking? She's taking this pill. This is what this pill looks like. This is what this pill does. She's taking this pill. This is what this pill looks like. This is what this pill does. That was all me. Her son didn't do shit for her. Yet I was still looked down on. I was still just to help. I was the one who skipped school. I was the one that helped pay the phone bill. I was the one that would help pay off a TV that she bought from Rent a Center. I was the one who would sacrifice the money that would technically take care of my hair, because you knew my hair was hard to take care of from the beginning. I went natural in school. That was the other reason I didn't go natural. You know, that's the other goddamn reason. It took me years to go natural. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Yeah, okay, I'm not alone. Cool. But it took me years because I went natural when I was going through middle school. And that was the worst goddamn phase of my goddamn life. They damn near had me want to commit suicide at how bad I got picked on for having natural hair. And that shit carried around until my adulthood, where I, as a fucking adult, was afraid to cut all my hair off and start over again because I thought I was going to get picked on by all the other adults. Can you believe that shit? A 27-year-old woman scared of being bullied by other goddamn adults. Wow. Yeah. Wow. You know? It took me years to admit that I had trauma. It took me years to accept the fact that I had trauma. It took me years to go into the dark corner of my mind. Open that chest up. Look into the chest and say, all right, let's talk. That's shadow working. You know, I feel like I get more of my answers from shadow working than I do anywhere else, honestly. Shit, my battery's about to die. But, yeah, so I'm sorry for the long video live. I wanted to let everyone know about why my page is in the ragginess that it is now. I also wanted to talk about how I was doing. I figured since I was starting a business page, you guys should at least know exactly who I am, where I come from, why I'm doing it. Also, fair warning, my clothes are handmade, which means what? I'm glad you asked. It means that I have to pay for the fabric, and then when it gets here, I have to cut the pattern pieces out, and then when I do that, I have to put the pieces together, and then I have to sew it, correct? So my pieces of my work, my dresses are not going to be, what, $30, $25. They're going to be in the 80s. Do not come on that page. Do not come on Songbird's Closet asking me, why is your dress so expensive? Because I might forget that I found God again. I am not mentally mature enough to handle stupid ass questions. Do not ask me. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I don't freaking want to hear it. The dresses are handmade. I'm taking my time to make these. I'm taking time away from my kid to make these dresses so that you guys can look bomb ass in them. Be you a he, a she, a they, or whatever else is out there that I haven't heard of yet. So do not come on this page complaining about my goddamn prices, because I will not act mature when I answer that question back. Okay? I'm trusting you. Alright? Well, now that that's over, that TED Talk's done. For the for the two people who watched. um, Once again, I am the creator of Songbirds Closet. I will try to see, that's my heathen. That's my little one. That's my little one trying to enter in. Yep. That's why the dresses cost so much. Cause I gotta take my time away from her. So be ready for that. Alright? See y'all. Alright, so once again, creator of Songbirds Closet. Hey Ash, you came so damn late. You so damn late. You won't have to rewatch the whole video. I said. So, once again, I'm the creator of Songbirds Closet. I apologize for the raggedness of the page. If anyone knows anyone who can draw a logo for me, that I've already kind of have a format of how I want it. I just need someone to color it in for me. That'd be fantastic. Send it my way. If you have a business, we can trade. I'd make a dress for you. Hey friend, hey, I make a dress for you. You make something. I try to buy whatever you're trying to sell, if I can afford it, of course. My dresses start at $85. Plain and simple. The bigger the dress, the more it's gonna cost. Yeah, I said that. The bigger the dress, the more it's gonna cost, because that means I have to buy more fabric. More fabric means a little bit more money. All I'm saying is this: if I go through your Facebook page and I see that you got on nice clothes and your hair always done, I'm going to immediately assume that you're lying, or everything you bought was on freaking loan. You borrowed money from someone you weren't supposed to. Yeah, I'm petty. I'm still petty. I don't care if I found God again. Still petty. Yep. Hasn't changed one bit. Love you. This is Songbirds Closet, and this is good night.